Welcome. Welcome. Happy Witchy Wednesday, y'all. Now, this hat does not yet have a name, so if you want to help me out, pop a name in the chat. You know, my hats are named after Heathen TV in the house. Welcome, Heathen TV. Welcome. Let me straighten up my little collar. My choker. It's not a collar. It's a choker. Salem, Mass. Salem. It ties in the back. Hi, happy Witchy Wednesday. Oh, Joe Watch it. Look at all our channel members. How you loving? How you loving, channel members? How you loving? If you see someone with a green next to their name and the Christian Witches logo, these are channel members. Thank you for your support, channel members. I love you. We love you. Queevy, how you loving Aurora Day? Aurora! It's Witchy Wednesday. So this hat does not have a name. You might have seen her. Look at this. I got to give you a close up because look, there is an actual spider on the bow. Do you love? Do you love? And I just love. Yes, right back at you. Nakia, how you loving? How you loving? How you loving? Oh my God, you love the hat, Queen V. Oh my God, Queen V. Believe it or not, I think I got this hat from Target or something like that. New vid is going on the on the Christian Witches YouTube channel that's going to show this incredible haul. I've just been running around cleaning out these stores of all the most incredible witchy stuff. The hat is fierce. Oh, come on. Ooh, Joe, watch it. I know that's right. Thank you. Come on, baby. Tarot Triage. How you loving? How you loving? How you loving? OMG, family. So today is Witchy Wednesday. And I'm still being here before we flow into this experience. I'm in stillness and prayer and meditation and allowing Spirit to channel. And one of the things Spirit is channeling, hi, Bobo, mwah, hi, love, how you loving, how you loving, how you loving. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you so much, family. Love you so much. Oh my God. Love you so much. If no one told you today you're loved, you're appreciated, you are adored, you are cherished, you are the apple of God's eye, you are the apple of the goddess's eye, you are indispensable. You are necessary to this whole universe of life. You are bomb.com. You are worthy. And if no one told you today, you heard it from this witch. Hello? Now, today I'm going to go live on the Instagram. So if you don't follow the Christian Witches Instagram, for sure, follow the Christian Witches Instagram. And we always go live on the Christian Witches Facebook fan page on Wednesdays, usually on Witchy Wednesday when I'm in town. Loving the hat. Come on, it's there, Luna. Teresa, how you loving? So if y'all have names for this hat, pop it in the chat because this hat does not have a name yet. You know, all my hats are named after witches I love, incredible witches that I love. So in this life and the next life. So right here, I'm sitting with Mickey the Sorcerer. I'm sitting with Tiptoe Chick. I'm sitting with Luna Lovegood is right down here. I'll show you Luna Lovegood. Since it's Witchy Wednesday, this is Luna Lovegood. And there's something I love about this, the very ethereal light nature of this hat. I stuff them and I care for my hats. All of the hats are anointed. Usually I anoint them with frankincense. So I anoint the hats, I bless them. The hats are conduits to bring in the energy of the witches that they're named after. So there's a lot of witches hanging around in my witchy space. I love it. So this hat, hey, True Business Queen, how you loving? So this hat is Luna Lovegood. And she sits here next to my altar. My mother's down there. She sits next to my altar. Tiptoe Chick is next to my altar. And this one was next to my altar as well. Rosa J. Hodge! Mwah! How you loving? How you loving, Rosa J. Hodge? Oh my God, so happy to see you. Guess what, Rosa J. Hodge? You're on our website. Your beautiful pictures on our website. Go right now to valerielove.com. And Rosa, I saw this picture of you from back in the day, from years ago when you graduated the Destiny Coaching Academy. Go to valerielove.com. McGonagall. Ooh, come on. I love Professor McGonagall. Love it, love it, love it. So, Rosa J. Hodge, you're on my website. Go to valerielove.com right now. Thank you, Blessed G. Thank you. It's Witchy Wednesday. It's Witchy Wednesday. This hat does not have a name yet. So by all means, drop a name in the chat if something jumps out at you. If this hat gives you a mood, a vibe. What witch? I already have Samantha. I already have I have Marie Laveau. Even though Marie Laveau, I don't know if you could say that she was a witch. Definitely a voodoo practitioner. Yeah, definitely a witch. Thank you, Marie. Marie Laveau, I have. Essentially, are you loving? Come on, it's Witchy Wednesday, essentially. You know how we do. You know how we do. So, we're going live today on the Christian Witches Instagram about how you can tell that it's likely your grandma was a witch. Easy and elegant, I will. And thank you. Support me. And oh, absolutely, Rosa J. Hodge, you have my support forever. Forever. So go to ValerieLove.com because what you're going to see there right now are the offerings for coaching. Marvin Magi, how you loving, man? Oh, Morticia. We already have Morticia. Morticia is all black. Where's Morticia Adams? She is in my magical closet. Tabitha! We don't have a Tabitha yet from Bewitched. We have a Samantha. Tabitha was Samantha's mother? Who was Tabitha? Was Samantha... Who was Samantha? Because we have Samantha. Maybe Samantha is a teenage witch, but we could name her Samantha the teenage witch because I don't have a Tabitha. Tituba, we do have a Tituba, I think. I think I have a Tituba hat. Let me check. Tabitha? Or maybe, I do know we have a Samantha, but a Tabitha. We don't have Tabitha yet. I'm feeling that. Okay, Tabitha was the daughter. Cordelia. Ooh, Hindora. Ooh. I even have one named after that. Real crazy. Oh, Tabitha was Samantha's daughter. Got it. Thank you, Derry. Tarantula. Oh my God. Is there a witch named Tarantula? Aunt Frances Owens. Who's that? What witch is that? Do you have a Sabrina? I do not have a Sabrina. I have a Samantha, but I don't have a Sabrina. I do not have a Sabrina the teenage witch. Esmeralda. So we could go with Samantha. We could go with, no. I have a Samantha. We could go with Tabitha. We could go with Sabrina. I do not have a Sabrina. I do not have a Tabitha. I was thinking of the spider. Oh, the spider. Now I see. All of the witches are named after witches I love because they support me in channeling the energy of that witch and the magic of that witch. And it amps up the power. It amps up the energy. Everything's energy. So keep going, Sabrina. Molly. Who's Molly? Marv the Magi. Who is Molly? Haven't heard of her yet. Sabrina. Okay. Looks like a Tabitha. Aunt Frances from Practical Magic. Oh! Gotcha. Rosa J. Hodge, your picture on the site is beautiful. Love your eye. Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. Indora. Ooh, Piper, Paige, Phoebe, or Prue from the sisters. Ooh, Piper or Prudence, Prue, or one of the Charmed sisters. I have no hats named after the Charmed sisters yet. These are good ideas. Y'all giving me good ideas. I'm feeling Sabrina or Tabitha because these are magnificent, prominent witches that I certainly could. You have to have a Prudence. I have to have a Prudence. Okay. So Tabitha, it could be Samantha. This could be Sabrina. This could be Tabitha. This could be Prudence. You're feeling Sabrina. Teenage Witch, Estrella Luna. You're feeling Sabrina. I'm kind of feeling Sabrina for this one too. I really am feeling Sabrina the Teenage Witch because she's kind of funky and hip and she's her own lady and she's her own girl and she's, she does her own thing. Every witch does her own thing. What am I talking about? But anyway, Elphaba from Wicked. Ooh, the musical Wicked. Ooh, Derry, you got some good ideas. You should make a poll on Facebook. You're absolutely right, Ujo Wadjet. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you. The beauty is definitely a P letter in my head. Black Goddess is a P letter. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Hey, May, how you loving? All right, let's dive into Witchy Wednesday because we have the Three of Wands today. Three of Wands, and our one word and our 5 decks coming up right now, you're on the show Tarot and Your Money 78-Day Challenge. When we're in town, Monday through Friday, when I'm in town, which I'll be out of town again this Friday. So we will be on tomorrow and then again Monday. I'm going away this time to DC for our book club fall retreat. Next year will be 20 years our book club has been together. It's pretty astounding. Like when we started the book club in 2000, we never thought we would be together 20 years later. We thought, it would be a fun thing to do. Well, the seven of us is Seven Sisters Book Club. The seven of us are still together. Going on 20 years now. So we're going to have our fall retreat where we just lay out and chill and eat good food and go to spa, have these spa treatments at the Ritz-Carlton and talk about the book. And the book we're reading this month is Love, Love, Love the Hat. Thank you, May! Oh my God, we had a whole discussion about the hat at the very beginning. The hat is a vibe. The hat is a whole mood. Like Beyonce said, I am a whole mood, okay? Thank you so much, May. So we're going to be reading the book Born a Crime. Born a Crime by That Is a Whole Mood. Ooh, thank you. It is by our brother who's from Trevor Noah, who's from South Africa. So I cannot wait to dive into this book. I'm going to do the audio version of it. I'm going to listen to it. They say it's about 8.5 hours. And they say you got to listen to the audio version of Trevor Noah's book because then you hear all the accents and all of that better than just, reading it flat on a piece of paper, on a book. So normally I love books. I love books so much. I'm the author, like I said, of 17 books on practical spirituality. If we haven't met yet, I am Reverend Valerie Love, also known as KAISI, Divine Midwife of Soul Destiny, Christian Witch, and the author of 17 books on practical spirituality. How you loving? That's all the universe wants to know from you, boo, is how you loving. Prayer. Breathe. Breathe. It's Witchy Wednesday. Harness your magic. Breathe. Become a master. Breathe. Deep breath. Release with an 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 Great Spirit, Source, the one life, the one love, the all in all, the all as all. This is Witchy Wednesday. This is a day we invite the witch, the wizard, the mage of all ages, the magical being that lives inside of every being forward. We invite the magical self forward. We welcome magic. We infuse everything we think, say, and do with magic. We fan the flames of our own magic. We accept magic in our lives as an inherent energy in the universe. And we vow to master magic and to grow in magic and to understand greater and greater and greater the secrets and mysteries of the universe so that we may serve and share and uplift and ascend. And ascending our own consciousness ascends all consciousness. So we are so thankful to be participatory in the ascension of all by means of magic, by means of the Holy Spirit of the living God reigning supreme in each heart, by means of love, by means of compassion. And so we come together in spiritual community, gathered together around one simple idea: freedom, freedom of worship, freedom of devotion, freedom spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. We accept freedom right here and right now. And we accept that we are now cutting the chains of anything that in any way inhibits or blocks or denies or slows down our freedom, our experience of freedom, the inner experience of freedom. We now let go of sadness and depression and anxieties and don't know what to do, and confusion and shame and guilt and wondering if we're going the right way, also known as doubt, and wondering and being overcome by fear and being paralyzed. We now snip the cords and consider ourselves free of all these energies that in any way block or blind or in any way inhibit or slow down the extreme and unescapable expression of spirit as each of us. God, you're inevitable. And so now we simply accept our freedom. We know God is inevitable, that we shall all come home. So we give thanks for this incredible Witchy Wednesday. We give thanks for all the breakthroughs here. We give thanks for all the good that's happening in everyone's lives. We give thanks for all of us growing and understanding. We give thanks for all of the happiness and the joy and the love and the bliss that we have in our lives. We give thanks for all of our health and our families and our relationships. We give thanks for our children and our children's children on through the generations. We give thanks for every home we've ever lived in. We give thanks for every lover we've ever slept with. We give thanks for every dollar that has ever come into our hands. We give thanks in advance for all of the wonderful relationships. We give thanks for all the success. We give thanks for all the wealth. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks. Hallelujah. Amen. So mote it be. Woo! Now our meditation, a transcendental meditation where we simply chant one word or one phrase. And the one that's coming to me right now is Jehovah Jireh. I am a Christian witch. I use the names of God. Here we go. Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh is the aspect of God. By this name, it's a current of energy that you call on when you are looking for greater provision. Jehovah Jireh is the providing aspect of God. That's what that name means. Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh. Feel your life being flooded with provision. Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh. Breathe and deepen into the chant. This is a name of God you're using. This is a very powerful technology. Jehovah Jireh. 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 Feel into the current of the name. Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh. Let the name lift you. Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh. Breathe. Breathe. Release. Breathe and feel Jehovah Jireh has already provided all you require. All you require is already provided. And we give thanks. And when you're ready to receive the wisdom and the understanding, the deepened understanding of the Three of Wands, channeled to us from the divine, open your eyes, look down first, slowly raise your gaze. Yes. 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 Three of Wands. One word. Leadership. One word. Leadership. So we bring out our Wealth Grimoire. This is mine. You want to get a really rich feeling book for your Wealth Grimoire, please don't get a notebook from the dollar store. Somebody got something from the dollar store. Stop. You're messing up the energy. The dollar store is not a rich place to go. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Jehovah Jireh. Jireh. Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh. One of my favorite names of God. There's, Kabbalah says there's 72 names of God. And there are different names of God. There's even more than 72 names of God all around the globe. And each name of God is a current of energy. Each name of God is an aspect of the source that is indeed beyond any name. We can't name source, right? Source is beyond a name. We are using aspects of God. It's just like I have many things people call me. My grandbabies call me G-Mommy. G-Mommy is not who I am. It's an aspect of who I am. Yes, I'm a mother that has 3 children, and one of my 3 children has 3 children. That's an aspect of me. That's not the totality of me, though that's what my name is to me, to them. To me, to them, my name is G-Mommy. And to some religions, that's not all of who I am. That's the most that their consciousness can manage at 6, 4, and 2. Oh, that's G-Mommy. You ask them who I am, G-Mommy. Am I G-Mommy? Hell to the no. That's who I am to them. And I'm okay with it. I love it. So to God, he's Jehovah to the Jehovah's Witnesses. He's Buddha to the Buddhists. He's Olodumare to some. She is Saraswati. She is, how many gods and goddesses do we have? How many? How many names of gods and goddesses do we have? Maybe as many as people on the planet. Because the Hindu people, I think they have 1 million gods. Maybe as many people as on the planet is names of God. The names mean something, right? The names mean something. So the name that my children call my grandma, my grandbabies call me is G-Mommy. Because I ain't nobody's grandma. Don't get it twisted, boo. I ain't nobody's grandma. I was not going to have a whole bunch of little people running around calling me grandma, trying to solidify some old beliefs in my consciousness. Hell to the nah. Glamma, G-Mommy, Grandmommy. That's what I am. Okay? Because if you don't, I discovered that if you don't kill your kids and then make it to adulthood and have kids, you get a promotion. You get a promotion to grandmother, grandfather. And then if they live, you get another promotion to great grandmother. It keeps going. You keep getting promoted. All right? So that's the names thing. That's how the names thing works. Lolly and Pop. Oh, that is so cute. So cute. Yeah. So, yeah, that's how this whole names things works. So no need to concern yourself with the name because my grandkids don't fight with my kids. My kids call me mom. My kids and my grandkids don't fight that. She's mom. No, she's G-Mommy. No, she's mom. No, she's G-Mommy. But you hear people get in fights like that all the time over God, Islam, Christian, this one. Stop it. It's a pointless argument that cannot be won, right? It cannot be won. One word, leadership. 3 of Wands. How is this leadership principle related to your money? Let's talk about it. Leadership. Right now, I am in an intensive leadership academy. 3 of Wands, leadership. What is our one word? Well, every day I ask Spirit. I ask Spirit at the beginning of this whole entire experience. I ask God, Source, Creator, Creatrix, the one, right? Where we all came from. I asked Source for one word for each card that we could use to encapsulate the energy and essence of that card and that we could use for matters of simplicity. I love simplicity. I'm a simple gal. I like to keep it simple. Let's talk about leadership. What does it have to do with your money? I'll tell you this. I'm in this very intensive leadership academy right now. This leadership academy is so intense because guess what it focuses on? Self. As all great programs focus on, yeah. So I'm in this intensive leadership academy. And how do we know we're talking about leadership here? Well, let's examine the symbology. We have three being the number of creativity. 3 is the first number of form. 0 is the all, the infinite. It's a circle. It's infinite possibilities. We have no thingness. We have no thing and all at the same time. Because within the 0, all things are held. Then we have a 1. Let's write it on the journal. Then we have a 1. These points, I think we've done this before. I'm going to get a fresh page of my Wealth Grimoire. And we're going to draw this out. Fresh page in your Wealth Grimoire. Fresh page. Let's draw 1 point. A simple point. That's 1. We're beginning. We do not have creation yet. This is a starter. From 0. 0 is the all and nothing all at the same time. It's nothingness and all. Point of origin. Then we have 1. We don't have form yet. Then we have 2. Let's do 2 and let's connect 1 and 2. Do a point now that is 2. Here's 2. Now we have polarity, duality, but we do not yet have form. Does everyone see that? 0, 1, 2. We're building form, but we're not there yet. 3 is the first number of form. 3. Now let's connect 1, 2, and 3. And what do we have? Voila. The pyramid, the upper 3 of the tree of life, the Holy Trinity, on and on and on, all of the things that 3 stands for, which is myriad. 3, you could just go on and on and on with 3. We have now arrived at the first number of form. Before 3, you don't have form. It's still in its infancy. It's still percolating. We do understand that in the tarot, you do not have in the suits. We have 4 suits, right? Wands. We have wands. This is the order we're going in. Wands, swords, cups, pentacles. We understand that the wands, the suit of wands, all 4 of these suits, they do not have a 0. There's no 0 of wands, right? We understand that it starts with ace, and we don't have a 1 either. Ace could be 1 and 0. Ace is the starter. We had ace. Ace is the seed. Ace is the potentiality, but we do not yet have form. We don't see it coming above the ground yet. 3 is the number of form. It's the first number that you actually have a plant from the seed that was planted of the Ace of Wands, the gift from Spirit. Leadership. So you see a man here clothed, looking out from a high vantage point. It tells us that if you're going to be an excellent leader, you must position yourself very high so that you can do what? See very far. This connects to the vision from yesterday. Leadership. Well, why is it just him? Because there are some tarot cards where there's one person there, and there are some where there's a whole crowd of people around them, and there are some where there's groups of people. Why is there one person? Because before you can lead anyone else, who do you have to lead? Yourself. You see, leadership is one thing and one thing only: mastery of self. That's why this leadership program that I'm in is so intense, because it's calling me on my shit. Plain and simple. Making me a better person. When you become a better and better self, a better master of yourself, and you're going somewhere, people naturally follow you because you're leading yourself. No one's going to follow you if you don't lead yourself. Yes? So we just ask ourselves, how good am I at leadership? And when you consider it, you cannot lead a movement, you cannot lead a team, you cannot lead a family if you don't lead yourself, if you don't master yourself. So part of it is very lonely because it's one person. I shouldn't say lonely. I would say that part of it is being with self, not necessarily being lonely, because you can have the experience of being with self and not being lonely. And you can also have the experience of being around a whole bunch of people and still be lonely. I used to have that experience. Not anymore. Now let's go to our other 4 decks because we have 5 decks, yes? Let's go to Gilded Tarot. This is the back of the card. On the front of the card, we have a gentleman here. We're also looking in his back in the 3 of Wands, and we see 3 beautiful wands here. We see a bird, freedom. We see a ship. Perhaps he's looking for his ship to come in. He's also a lone figure, himself only. Really, when you think about it, you've got to master yourself and your money yourself. No one can do it for you. This is not a group sport, you mastering you. Now, becoming wealthy, that's a team sport. We're becoming wealthy with a group of people that I absolutely love and adore. It is incredible, and I finally feel like my team is clicking and coming together. If you want to know exactly what we are doing to create incredible residual income, incredible, beautiful things together, send me a text the word residuals to 555-888. If you don't want to know what we're doing, forget I even said this. If you do want to know what I'm doing, only text that number if you're really ready to take some kind of action, because I don't like curiosity seekers. I don't. Curiosity seekers get nowhere. People who are only text me if you're committed, because I communicate with my group of people that I text. We communicate, and I only communicate with committed people. I don't communicate with wishy-washy people. I don't communicate with people that are, hey, what you doing? F out my face. I don't do that. I don't have that kind of energy in my life. I don't allow that kind of energy around me. I only work with people who are truly committed to their own wealth, success, health, happiness, destiny. If that's you, by all means, we can hang out. By all means, we can hang out. Let's go to spellcasters. Spellcasters. One of my favorite. Spellcasters is quickly becoming one of my favorite tarot decks in the world. Of course, we have Rider-Waite-Smith. And this one is absolutely my favorite in the world because it was illustrated by a Black woman who was actually a magician and a very incredible sorceress, and on and on and on. Pamela Coleman Smith. Now, let's look at 3 of Wands. Here we have a woman. This is one of the reasons I love spellcasters, because spellcasters shows all people, all faith walks, all religions, all nationalities, all persuasions, all over the globe. I freaking love spellcasters. Now, this woman is a woman, obviously, who is engaged in falconry or some kind of mastering of bird of prey. You can see the glove on her hand. And you can also see that she has 3 batons. And you can see how high up she is. There are some recurring themes. Being high, from a high vantage point. High in the tarot always means ascended consciousness. We also can see that this 3 of Wands is fiery. Look at the colors. This is the fire suit we're talking about. Look at the colors. Sunny, fiery. Now we're going to go over into the East, and we're going to look at the Feng Shui Tarot. Feng Shui Tarot, here's the back of the card. Here's the front of the card. We have discovered that in the book of tarot, according to Feng Shui Tarot, the wands, the suit of wands is called Black Tortoise. Okay, and we have Black Tortoise 3. What do we have here, the tortoise? Let's look at it. Good Lord, this card, you could turn it either way, up or down. You have a tortoise moving. This tortoise, I do want to tell you something. This tortoise definitely holds a key to your wealth, because becoming wealthy is not going to be overnight. And I'm not talking about rich. There's a distinction between rich and wealthy. You can look up on the videos here on the channel and you can see clearly, I clearly delineate the distinction between rich and wealthy. There's 2 different things, okay? From my background as a financial planner at American Express of 7 years. And so here I am integrating spirituality and all of the things really that I've learned over the whole course of many lifetimes, where to integrate them together. Yes. Yes, Solar V Studio. I absolutely love spellcasters. Oh my God. Every card that I've seen in spellcasters, I've not seen one card in spellcasters yet that I didn't love. So, feng shui. What is this tortoise telling you? The tortoise is telling you that you can absolutely win the race, but it will take time. Don't fret time. Don't try to engage time too much. Let me say this about time. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. We are too bogged down with time, and you're too bogged down with artificial time. So on this channel, we keep inviting you, and we keep inviting you. That's right. Slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? Doesn't it? You continue going there. You keep putting one foot in front of the other. Every day when I go to bed, I don't ask certain questions about my performance that day. I ask one question: did I forward the vision today? The answer is always yes. Yep, great. I'm going to sleep. I'm sleeping real good. Did I forward the vision? The vision, mission of my soul's destiny on this planet. Did I forward it? Yes. Beautiful. That's all I need to know. I'm going to go to sleep. Did I did it perfectly? Who cares? Did I ruffle some feathers? Who cares? Was I loving? Absolutely. Did I forward the vision, mission, purpose for my life? The purpose that my soul is here? Yes. Beautiful. I sleep good. I sleep very good. Because every night the answer to that question is yes. And the answer to that question is not yes because I'm working so hard. Get all that hustle out of your mind. This channel never subscribe to hustle. I heard something yesterday that was so powerful. It said that this whole thing of hustle, I'm speaking fast because something is channeling through me and I'm just going with it. I heard a video yesterday that said that this hustle thing is connected to this work thing, and then you hustle to be successful, and the success is created to wealth. So we got all three of these things all connected together. You got hustle is going to equal success, which is going to mean that you became wealthy, or you got all this money in your business, or you're a multi-million-dollar business, or you're a multi this, or you're multi that, or you got a ton of followers on Instagram, or whatever whatever protocols or measures we have set up for success. There is this conversation going on social media and in the world about hustle harder, blah blah blah. Now that is all ego based and completely made up. Nothing in that. When I want to know the answer to something, I go to nature. And now I look out my back window right now. I'm going to show you the window, the view out of my window in my home in Miami, in my sacred space. Let's flip it around right now. Okay, there's some palm trees. The pool is back there. Do you see anything out there hustling? That's a mango tree over there. Mangoes fall. There's a banana tree over there. Do you see anything out there hustling? Just let me know. Ha ha ha. Okay. But they want to tell us hustle harder, and a hustle hard. Yeah, I'm on my hustle. Yeah, I'm on my grind. You hear people grind. I don't want to grind. That doesn't even sound like something that would be helpful to my life. Flow, yes. Peak states, yes. High energy, yes. Inspired action, yes. Forward movement, yes. Like a river. A river is not stagnant. A river is not still. A river is moving. A river has tremendous force. Is a river hustling? No. It's natural for the river, and it has incredible speed and incredible energy and incredible force. Hustle? None. Fight? None. Who's fighting with the river? No one. Everything's going with the river. The only thing going against the river is the salmon, because they were built to swim upstream so they could jump up and the bear could swat at them and eat that's all part of nature. It's the sun hustling to come up and shine all day, and the sun is the most powerful thing we have. Is the battery that's powering everything. I never saw the sun hustle. I saw the sun rise and set in a divine flow. I never saw the moon hustle. I see the moon wax and wane in a divine flow. I never saw a squirrel hustle. I see it running around, grabbing, playing, jumping from thing to thing to thing, grabbing nuts, putting them underground, chilling. I never saw a squirrel hustle. I never saw a blade of grass hustle to grow. I never saw a flower hustle to bloom. I never saw anything in nature hustle or struggle. A fish is not struggling to swim through the water. Why are you struggling in your life? When I realized struggle was optional, I instantly dropped all struggle. I was like, struggle is optional? Yep. Well, then I'm done with that. No, then I'm done with that. Why are you struggling? No hard making. Why are you making it hard? Nothing in nature is having a hard time. Nothing in nature is having a hard time. Not even when nature gets quote unquote violent. We call it violent because the hurricane come along and knocked down our house that wasn't even supposed to be in a hurricane zone anyway. And we're so freaking out of touch with nature because we're so stuck to a device every 10 seconds that the EMF frequencies are frying our brains. And we couldn't be in touch with nature if we tried. Yet all the animals, oh, a storm is coming. Let's move this way. They freaking moved out of the way of the storm. They freaking moved out of the way of the tidal wave of the tsunami. And they were just fine. Who are the dumb ones? Us. We're the dumb ones on the planet. We're the dumbest species on the entire planet. Kid you not. I say that very humbly and very respectfully. Well, damn, we're the dumbest species on this whole planet. Because who in the world comes and messes up everything on the planet? No species was doing that till we got here. We're the dumbest ones on the whole planet. We done fucked the whole place up. We're the dumb one. And then we are cussing at nature. Oh, this is such a disaster. The tornado came and tore our house down. Well, a tornado is natural, and your house in the path of a tornado is not. People, this is all so dumb. And it's a simple fix. Return to nature. It's simple. Nobody was having these issues when we were in touch with nature. No one had these issues. None of the native peoples of this land had any of those issues. None of them. They knew how to commune with the river, commune with the rocks. They knew they were one with all things. They knew it. That's the answer. So let's go back. So this whole hustle to become successful, to have a ton of money. I'm going to tell you something. Yes, the human ego absolutely messed it up. I'm going to tell you something that's really astounding. I work less than I ever have in my entire life and have more money coming in than I ever have in my entire life. How do you put those two together? It's almost like the less I do, the more I make. Oh, I was hustling. I'm type A personality. It was me. I'm fucking type A personality. Or we gonna get it done. Or we gonna execute. You know, now I look at people like that, I just be checking. Boo, I'm gonna sip me some kombucha. And I'm gonna do my inner spiritual work. And I'm gonna receive the one powerful step that I'm supposed to be taking right now. And I'm gonna jump up and I'm gonna execute that step and smash it. Then I'm gonna sit back down and watch the results. I just have a whole different way of creating now. A whole different way of creating. Whole different, so much hustle, so much hard, right? That's right. And then next thing you know, they hustle. They get the big house, the mansions, they get the money, and still unfulfilled. What was it all for? What was it all for? And you sacrifice time with your children, you sacrifice time with yourself, and you sacrifice laying on the side of the river and just doing nothing for a whole day. Buddha said something beautiful. I think it was Buddha, or it could have been our incredible poet Rumi. I believe Rumi said it, that you know you've evolved when you can lay by the side of a river all day and do exactly nothing, do nothing, and feel no guilt whatsoever. You can lay by the side of the river all day. That's enlightenment. That's success. Oh, Kimchi. Mwah. Everyone welcome Kimchi to the channel. Woohoo! Welcome. We're so happy you're here. We've been waiting for you. Welcome home. Welcome home. So here we are. Got to be in tune with the higher self, because this is what I found out. In all my hustle bustle, going back and forth, running this way and that, busy. I was being busy, and busy is how you do not connect with your higher self. Wanna not connect with your higher self? Be real busy. Never have quiet moments within your own mind. And I will assure you, you will not connect with your greatest guidance and your deepest wisdom and your greatest knowing. And you'll stay running around and you'll be real busy. And you probably will accomplish far less than you really could. And it is likely that at the end of the day, you'll be empty. Even if you have money, there'll still be an empty hole inside because the ego is empty and God is full. Nothing wrong with the ego. You need the ego. I need the ego. The ego is what made me put on lipstick today. I like lipstick. The ego is wonderful. You need the ego. We're talking about the negative ego run amok, took over consciousness. That's what we're talking about here. And we're not talking about killing the ego. I don't espouse that on this channel. There's no such thing. All of it is useful for some purpose. This is what an incredible spiritual teacher said, and I never forgot it. Reverend Dee Dee taught us this at Intervisions. Reverend Dee Dee said, your ego is the mail delivery person in your consciousness. The ego is the mail delivery person. So imagine you have a tall building, and your higher self is the CEO of your whole self. Imagine that you have a tall building. Amok. That was from Hocus Pocus. Imagine you have a tall building, like a 30-something story building. And this building is your company. The You Company, You Inc. Down on the first floor, maybe even in the basement, is where they bring in all the mail. And then a person goes around with the cart from floor to floor delivering the mail. Remember how they used to do that? But now they probably have some more sophisticated ways of doing it. But this is how they used to do it back in the day. So you have a person pushing around the cart and they're delivering the mail to each person. They have the cart with all the little folders in it. First floor, second floor, whatever. Now the CEO sits on the 33rd floor. This is ascended consciousness. This is your higher self sitting on the 33rd floor in a penthouse suite. Determining which direction to take your whole self. And the ego is walking around delivering the mail. What is the mail? The report of the five senses. Oh, somebody just stepped on your toe, move your toe. Oh, your hand is on the stove, it's hot, move your hand off the stove. Oh, this is all very helpful information. Okay? Now, isn't this amazing? Next thing you know, what would happen if the mail carrier got to the CEO office, knocked on the door, and the person who is the gatekeeper let the mail keeper in to the CEO. And let's say the CEO was thinking about some kind of direction to take the company. And what if the CEO asked the mail person, what do you think? Is higher self, this is how ludicrous it is to let the ego take over. Is the higher self ever going to ask the ego, well, what do you think we should do? That would be as ludicrous as the CEO asking the mail person, what do you think we should do? No hate on the mail person. The mail person and the CEO are equal in God's eyes. Equanimity, equal. However, they have different positions, different functions, no better worse, simply different. So the deliverer of the mail is a valuable life, and this person's life is no more or less valuable than the CEO's life. They're different for different things. Greater responsibility with the CEO, and to whom much has been given, much is required. So it's not like the CEO is going to ask, and what if the CEO said to the mail person, come on in, I want you to sit down in my desk. Okay, and here goes the mail person. Is the mail person even qualified to sit at the CEO's desk? They probably just started working here last week, but they're going to run this whole company. And then they sit down, the CEO says, you know what, I have a meeting today with our shareholders. I think you should represent our company at the meeting of the shareholders. And the mail person says, bet, I just got a promotion. Are they going to make a mess? Of course they're going to make a mess. They don't know jack. So this is what happens when we allow the CEO, higher self, and you can choose who you're going to let run your whole company. You Inc. You can choose, I surrender to higher self. That means that the ego must listen to the CEO. Higher self, the Orishas, your guiding spirit, your holy guardian angel, your individual genii, because every human has an individual God that is the God of the same God of all gods. You have an individualized expression of God that's ruling your head. And every tradition teaches it. Some call it your patron saint, your guardian angel, the Orishas, your guardian angel. Every spiritual practice, every spiritual path teaches that there's some genius of your head. Genius. What is a genius? From the word genii. Genii means your tutelary spirit. It's called a tutelary spirit. Tutelary. Look it up. It's a tutelary spirit. What is a tutelary spirit? Your teacher, your guide, the one God appointed to be for you. Okay? That is everything. Thank you, Iris. Happy with your Wednesday. I think this hat is Sabrina. We got some names, but we're going to do, like Ujo Wajet said, we're going to do a poll on the Christian Witches fan page. So if you want to vote on this hat, go over to the Christian Witches fan page later today and vote on this hat's name. So you have a tutelary spirit. You have a guiding force that's your individual God. I mean, soak in that for a minute. That's how important you are. That God gave you your own God. Whoa. I have my own God. Yeah, and that God is the real you, also known as higher self, which is an aspect of the one. It's all one. It's not many different. It's one. So this aspect of God that is your personal God that rules your head, this God back in Rome, every year, isn't it deep, Ujo Wajet? Oh my God. Every year in Rome, what did they do? They gave honor to their God, the God of their head. How? Now, they didn't call it the God of their head. They called it your God. How did they do it? By baking a cake and lighting candles. Does that sound familiar? Every year. Look it up. Do the research. This is like, oh, this is all coming together now. I understand how this works. So you matter that much. You're not in this thing alone. So you have the CEO. That's right. It's your master teacher. It's your own specific master teacher. Now, you can call it anything you like. I've heard it called your holy guardian angel. I've heard it called your higher self. I've heard it called the Orisha, that rules your head. Every tradition, Santeria has it, Voodoo has it, Voodoo has it, Yoruba definitely has it. I hang out with a lot of Yoruba priests and priestesses. It's definitely, they all know exactly who their Orisha is that rules their head. I mean, you find that out in a divinatory reading before you even do anything. You find out who rules your head. Then you have, in other traditions, they may call it your genius or your genii. We thought genius meant something that you're really good at doing it. Well, how are you really good at doing this thing? How are you a genius at that thing if you weren't channeling this from your genius or your genii? And what is genius? Genii. It's related to that spirit that's in a lamp. You rub it, here comes the genie. This is all the same root word. So you've got to really reflect on this. I have a personal genii. Okay? All right, May. So there we have it. So, I said that to say this. You are not going to let, are you? If you're the CEO, you are not going to invite the mail carrier to run the whole company. That's what we have on planet Earth. We have people who are letting their mail carrier, the one that's just supposed to take in information from your 5 senses, run your whole life. Now you need the mail carrier to bring you important information from the 5 senses. Take your hand off the stove. A car is coming. You need that, right? Yeah, you just asked. Now Woo, Nakia, you just asked a loaded question. Okay, let me get this book for you. Where are you? Come to me. Abramelin. Okay. Let's go. Oh, by the way, how y'all like the dress? Okay, let's go to Abramelin. The book of the Sacred Magic of Abramelin the Mage. Thank you, Nakia. I got stacks of magic books everywhere, so we're going to go with this one right now. Okay, Nakia. Get this book. This is, if you go to valerielove.com and click on books, this is on the list. And please, if you would buy your books through that link, that would be so helpful to the whole community and to the programs that we're creating for you. That's how you can support the community. One of the amazing ways you can support the community. Oh, super cute. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's got a little, I got glammed up for y'all for Witchy Wednesday. I'm going to take some pictures, put it on the Instagram and all that kind of stuff. Now, this book right here, the book of the sacred magic of Abramelin the Mage. This book is one of the books that we use in the mystery school. This book has in it a process, a spiritual undertaking. It's probably a 6 to 12 month spiritual undertaking. Magical operation, call it what you will, process, whatever you desire, that is called achieving knowledge and conversation, K and C, of the HGA, Holy Guardian Angel. So knowledge and conversation of your Holy Guardian Angel. That means this, Aleister Crowley did this. One of the greatest magicians that ever lived. He knew, and his was Ayahuasca. And most people know that because most people know Aleister Crowley because he called himself the wickedest man that ever lived. He called himself 666, and he called himself all these things so that he could, in essence, give you a warning and make it so repugnant and repelling that if you were absolutely not supposed to be following the path of magic, you would just run with your hair standing straight up on your head quickly away from him in no time possible. That, in other words, if you could be afraid of Aleister Crowley, then you should be afraid of Aleister Crowley. Okay? Now, this book, Nakia, you already have the book. Beautiful. And that shows that the answer is always inherent in the question, and anything we're asking, we already have all our answers for. This book will give you an actual operation that will put you in contact, give you knowledge and conversation. Now, you see, you can't just have knowledge of your Holy Guardian Angel. Just knowledge of this being is not all the way. It's good. There's better, right? There's more. Knowledge and conversation of this guiding spirit that's guiding your head. I mean, this thing is closer to you than you are and knows you better than you. Wouldn't you want to know it? And as you have this conversation with this holy guardian angel, this higher self of yours, that is done in a very specific operation called the Abramelin operation. Sorcerers know all about it. Witches, not so much. Oh. Here's the name of the book. This is at valerielove.com. Click on books, and it's going to take you over to Amazon, to my Amazon influencers page. And on my Amazon influencers page, you are going to see books that are for the mystery school. You're also going to see books on magic, money, and metaphysics. And they're categorized for you. And I have given you the books that we use in the mystery school, and this is one of them. The book of the sacred magic of Abramelin the Mage. Now, this particular version is by S.L. McGregor Matthews. There are a couple of different versions of it because they translated from older languages. Now, I do want to tell you that this operation is intense. When I say intense, I mean it's so intense. This is not something really that you should undertake by yourself. I don't recommend it. That's why in the mystery school, we don't even give this to starting students. We only give this to those who have been initiated. So once you're initiated in the school, Covenant of Christian Witches, then you can move to the Abramelin operation. And the Abramelin operation, because it's so intense, you have to have a space created for it. You have to have prayers that you do every morning, afternoon, and night, like every day. I mean, you got to pray like a crazy person. I mean, you have to pray like a crazy person. You have to go so whipped up in prayer that you have tears and you have this divine unction, what do they call it in Catholicism? Supreme unction? Is that what they call it in Catholicism? Where are my Catholic people? They call extreme unction, I think they call it, this pouring out of your soul. You're not going to get any of this just casually going about your life. Oh, I think I want to do a spell. Oh, it's the new moon. I want to do a new moon spell. Woohoo! Let me look on the internet and see what kind of new moon. Oh, I need a crystal. Oh, I need a pea quartz. Oh, say these words. Okay, I'm going to cast a circle. Let me see. How do I cast a circle? Let me go to YouTube. Oh, it cast a circle. Oh, yeah, okay. Let me call in Yema Yang because I like her. This is the most ridiculous stuff. The stuff I'm seeing online, I'm like, oh my God. What is happening right now to people? What is happening right now? And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with calling on Ye Maya. It's beautiful. I've been to the ocean many times and called on Ye Maya. But I got to tell you something. I'm not going to do a magical operation with Ye Maya unless I am initiated a high priest or priest of Yoruba. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to call Papa Legba. I'm not going to call Oshun. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But I am the kind of person, the way my consciousness is organized, I am the kind of person that thrives best with following systems and paths. And all I'm saying is that there is a path that is being laid out for you by this higher self. So wouldn't it be your greatest desire to know that which is the real you? Wouldn't that be your greatest desire? We have 40 foundations classes in the Covenant of Christian Witches Mystery School. 40 classes. And guess what? The first 40 lessons and foundations. And guess what? It's becoming so normalized, isn't it? And I look at our Yoruba brothers and sisters, and they're just shaking their head like, wow. And not only are people missing it, because that kind of hodgepodge, hedge, thrown together spirituality. I'm not talking about an eclectic path where you know what you're doing. I'm not talking about that, because we got some bomb ass powerful eclectic witches. I'm not talking who have over many years integrated at very deep levels spirituality, and they fucking know what they're doing. I'm talking about these knuckleheads that are running around the internet grabbing a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of that and don't want to do the work and commit the time to become a true bomb ass witch of your craft, and running around trying to get the next YouTube video or the next spell you can find on a blog somewhere, or the next thing that somebody said worked so good for them, and you know nothing about the path and the tradition. You're going to grab something from Yoruba and you know nothing about Yoruba. You know nothing. You don't have the right to grab something from them and throw it on top of what you're doing. I don't have the right to grab something from Wicca. That's why you never see me post Happy Samhain. Every so often we might honor those who are in Wicca. I don't practice Wicca. I have not studied. I've studied Wicca extensively. I have tons of books on Wicca. I've never been in a Wiccan circle. I don't follow Wicca. I regard it highly. I revere it. I definitely will not be throwing Wiccan things just willy-nilly hodgepodge into what I do. That's not the way, people. The long way is the way. Now, I hate to be the one. No, actually, I love being the one to break the hard news to you, to break the good news to you. The long way is the way. If you haven't been on your path for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, check me when you got a good 20 years in. Check me when you have a good 20 years in. Then maybe you're getting somewhere. If you think you're going to practice magic in under 10 years, probably not going to happen. Hello. Thank you so much, Ujo Wajak. How long will it take this tortoise to get up to here or to get up to there? How long? People don't want to be patient. They want microwave, as Estrella Luna said yesterday, you can't cook magic in a microwave, but people want microwave spirituality, right? You do so much better, right? Derry, when you study to show thyself approved. How long does it take to become a Buddhist monk? Your whole freaking life. How long does it take to become a Catholic nun? Years. How long does it take to become a Yoruba priest or priestess? Just the initiation is a whole year, and you can't even hug and touch or kiss anybody other than the people that your Baba Lawal has prescribed for you. And you're talking about, I have been to Bembe's for my Yoruba brothers and sisters and seen their initiation. That initiation is no joke. Same thing with Santeria, no joke. I mean, when you've seen people walk through their path like that, and you go to the Bembe and you see all the practices, and yeah, they chase a chicken and get a nice chicken and get a goat and all that kind of stuff. When you start to revere these things, you don't just grab them and mix them in. We're going to make a stew. Well, let's see what that stew is going to do for you. Let's see. And then on top of that, You know what's interesting? What is the first course in your school? Oh, thank you, Queen V. You didn't hear me say it. The very first course in the very first lesson in the 40 lessons of the Foundations coursework. Foundations is your foundation in magic. It's not just Christian witches. I'm talking about magical tradition, any magical tradition. You have to have a foundation. And number one lesson, lesson number one, know thyself. Oh my God. Lesson number one. Not how to cast a circle. We're not there yet, boo. How to, do the lesser banishing, the LBRP, greater banishing ritual, lesser banishing. We're not there yet, boo. How to invoke the angels. We're not there, boo. How to command demons. We're not there yet, boo. How about start with know thyself? How about stay on that for a decade? Lesson one, know thyself. Because even after a decade, I guarantee you still won't know yourself. Know thyself. Mix it in magic. Absolutely, essentially. And you know what's interesting about it? Not only does the magic not work, it has untoward consequences for people who are just dummies. Just because, and I call a dummy a person that just wants it fast without doing the work. You're not gonna get what a true magician has gotten, like Jason Miller. Let me show you something. I'm gonna show you what's by my bed right now. I'm gonna show you something. It's Witchy Wednesday. I'm gonna show you something. Because in my whole bedroom suite, my magic room is right next to my master suite. Isn't that beautiful? So convenient. The way God did that. That's so freaking convenient. Thank you, God. Man, my genius did a great job on that one. Do you see this book? Do you know what this book is? Do you see this book? I don't even know if you can even still buy this book. I do have this is a autographed copy of this book. I don't even remember how much money I paid for this book. Do you see this autograph here? Do you know who this book is written by? And I have number 927 of 1,000. Ooh, Jesus, I got it just in time. Do you know who this book is written by? I'm holding it like, whoa, behold the book. Whoa, oh. Do you know who wrote this book? Look him up on Facebook. If you don't know Frater Ashen Chazan, look up Frater Ashen Chazan. Frater Ashen Chazan. Look him up. If this is going too fast for you, you can always rewind the video. This is a freaking video. You can rewind it, okay? Those groups are so crazy, aren't they? We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to hold together and do a virtual coven on the internet. Wow. Let me know how that works out for you 20 years from now. Let me know how practicing magic at a distance with people you don't know, who are not doing the work, who will not get a plane ticket, who won't even manifest the money to get on a plane to go somewhere, won't even use magic to that level, but you're going to use magic to change the whole world, but you can't use magic to manifest a plane ticket. Stop it, people. No. And I hope I'm stepping on people's toes right now, because that's my job. I hope I'm freaking stepping on your toes right now for living this little of a life, and then you're going to tell us that you're going to do magic to change the world. I don't think so. I don't think so. Now, I have nothing against learning all you can learn online. Beautiful. Beautiful. But I never heard anyone's higher self tell them to join an online coven. I never heard it. I never heard anybody that told me that, because I talked to a lot of people and I asked them, how did you find out about it? Oh, I was doing a Google search. Well, what caused you to do the Google search? It's all run by the ego. The ego made you run to Google in the first place when your higher self was telling you go left. But your mind was telling you run to Google. My higher self never told me to go to Google. The name of this book, Gateways Through Light and Shadow. Do you know what this book is? This book is his magical operations. I bought this book for myself. This book is Frater Ashen Chazan's magical operations in doing the great work. Do we see what the great work is? Alchemy of what's the great work? The great work is alchemy of your freaking soul. That's the great work, alchemy of my soul. Now I want to show you something in this book. Do you know what this book is telling us? This book is telling you The magical operations over something like 20 years that Frater Ashen Chisan and his seer did in his invoking spirits. Do you see this book? I mean, it weighs 50 pounds. This is what mastery looks like, boys and girls. And he is so freaking precise. And if the spell calls for mastic powder, he will go and get mastic powder. Not, let's see, what do I have in here? Oh, let me get some, I don't know, I got mint. Let me throw that in. That'll probably do it. I don't have mastic powder. Can't go to Amazon and order it or go anywhere to a herb shop and order it. I don't feel like doing that. But you want to be a magician? Let's go to our final card. Morgan Greer. 3 of Wands. Also, red cloaked, back to us. This person is heading out on their own direction. High consciousness, leadership of self. Leadership of self. Strike it, pioneer. One of the reasons I'm convinced that I have such a rich life, and I'm extremely rich, because I don't measure wealth by money in the bank. I measure wealth by experiences. Experiences. The experience of being in India. The experience of cracking coconuts in the temple. The experience of seeing Indian women walk around with so much gold on them. I'm like, wow. It's true what they say. About 80% of the world's gold is around the necks of Indian women. It's very true. Not in Fort Knox. Fort Knox has nothing on Indian women. Indian women got gold, 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 gold. One Indian woman could probably fund your whole life. Gold, gold, gold. There's nothing to them. Just gold. It's regular. It's normal, right? So these experiences. The experience of standing on Maui on the beach and seeing the sunset. The experience of flying over in a jet, a little Cessna plane over the mountains of Hawaii. The experience of China, the experience of Hong Kong, it's the experiences, baby. Man, I'm so freaking rich in experiences. By the time they put this baby to bed, man, I would have run the wheels off this puppy. That's what I would encourage you to do. I would encourage you to ride this puppy till the wheels fall off. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory having some kind of magnificent experience. See, the experience of being on safari and seeing the lions in the morning after they've just hunted all night. Experiences. See, this is the stuff of wealth. Why? Why? I'm going to give you the answer to this right now, and I've said this many times on the channel. Because experiences leads to wisdom, and wisdom leads to compassion. It's all connected. See, if you never have the experiences of walking and seeing how a Balinese person lives, then you are not wise in that arena, and then you will not have all the compassion that you could have, that you have the capability for and the capacity for, because you've never had that experience. So you never had the experience of being in Kabeta, the biggest slum in Kenya, and walking around and seeing the people there and feeling wisdom. Oh, now I gain greater wisdom as to how a group of people lives. Now I have deeper compassion. See, experiences are always going to land you at compassion. Put it in the chat. Experiences equals wisdom equals compassion. That's the only reason why. Because it's going to expand your compassion. It's going to fan the flames of your compassion. It's going to deepen your capacity for compassion for all people. You can't hate on anyone if you have the experience of that person. The reason people are all up in arms about LGBTQIA is because you probably never hung out with LGBTQIA. You haven't had the experience. You're sitting somewhere in your own experience, but you haven't had the experience of that person. Man, you show me an experience, I'm all for it. I will just about try any experience. Ayahuasca experience. Woo! Now that leads to wisdom. Now that leads to compassion. Absolutely. Experience equals wisdom equals compassion. You see, I didn't know what Peru was like until I went to Peru. I didn't know what it was like being with a shaman from Peru or shamans from Peru who have been shamans for 30 years. I didn't know what that was like until I had the experience. Now, you can read it in a book. You can look it up on the internet. And I guarantee you, I don't care how much research you do on the internet about a shaman in Peru. You got jack. You got zero until you go and you sit with a shaman in Peru. Oh, and you having the experience, which happens below your neck, but reading on the freaking internet happens above your neck. And you think you got something. You ain't got jack. Yes, Derry, LGBTQI. I was just talking to my brother the other day. My beautiful brother, I have one brother who's gay and one brother who's not gay. Gay and not gay. Right? And me and my gay brother, we always talk about people that are so, they don't understand. The only reason they act the way they do is because they don't have wisdom. And the reason they don't have wisdom is because they haven't had the experience. See, I had the experience of growing up with a gay brother. He was born gay. When he was 5, 6, 7, you heard me talk about it all the time. He was spinning around a Wonder Woman in the middle of our living room with mom's boots on, her swimsuit, a cape that he made out of a sheet, and had his bracelets on to block the bullets. He had the truth lasso, a belt he had made from somebody. He was total gay all along. So when he came out, I was like, what else is new? He was like, oh, Valerie, you're the only one accepted me. What are you talking about? I was the only one that accepted him in the family. Mom and dad were having fits. I was like, Ma, I told my mother, I said, Ma, you tripping. Because if you're trying to act like you're shocked that Michael is gay, I'm going to question your whole motherhood. I'm just got some questions. Because it's always been clear to us, in our family, we had 3 family members that were gay. It was clear to me they were gay from the very beginning. There was no question. Now, they may have been afraid to come out. They may not have wanted to share because of fear of what we would say. They were gay all along. So let's understand it. I didn't understand that until I had the experience. I'm like, oh, he came out gay. Oh, that's clear. It's clear. It's clear. And then that will take you out of that Christian thing. Well, just pray it away. You're not going to pray away gay. What are you talking about? Gay is not something that you got afflicted with and you got to pray it away. That's not how this works. You just saw Annabelle and you're really scared, boo. Then you know what? You've got to hang around me a whole lot more, because then you will understand what a witch is really about, boo. I'm here to enlighten you. You came to the right place. See, your higher self brought you to the right place. And you saw a witch hat and you got afraid because you watched Annabelle. But you don't understand that Annabelle is the lie and this is the truth. I'm here to set you free because the truth shall set you free. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. That's it for today, boys and girls. Woo, this was an awesome Witchy Wednesday. I love you. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah. Peace. KAISI out.